wouldn't be surprised in this tournament if Sujit can hit the ball in the final tier up there. He's got big hands and big...
So there we go. Almeida, of course, properly worried, because Vineet has gone for consecutive sixes. That's 15 off the over already. 2 balls to go. That's the danger of having Naik on strike. Don't think the carnage is over yet. Oh, yes. But this time, third man should be able to stop it. Yeah, big hard call for no, but only 1 ball left. So that's a good decision. Maximum sixes. Surya Kumar Yadav still leads our Skoda maximum sixes table at 7. But Parag Khanapurkar, what a fantastic knock that was. Just shy of 100. Sairaj Patil 4 earlier today. And Sujit Naik, having just come in a few minutes ago, is already on 2. Watch out for more. He's going to ride up that ladder pretty quickly. For now, though, Nikhil, last ball of this over. 16 of it so far. Oh, that was a gimme. And is that a no ball as well? He's certainly asking both the batsmen are pretty keen for a no ball to be declared. But it's not going to be so. Yet they'll take the boundary. There's 133 for 3 after 17. The skyscraper now climbs up to 20. That was the big over that the Namo Bandra Blasters needed. And Vineet was the man to suffer. He'd given only 20 runs from 3 overs before this and 20 from the final. That's why they call it the death overs. It can get really rough for bowlers. If you get a little rattle, have a big hitter in there, don't quite know where to bowl, and it can all go pretty out of shape quickly.
Sujit Naik striking at 225. 18 of 8. The first 2 balls are going for a 6, Charu. Sujit Naik gets anything in that range. This is the bad ball, really. Rang. Bad ball, full toss, takes care of it, helps himself to a boundary.
Well, just a decision from the commentary box. I think that was dipping, and perhaps it was just about waist or under waist, which is why the umpires decided to be generous towards the bowler. But Tushar Deshpande, the birthday boy, now of course in the India A squad to Sri Lanka, comes back for his final 2 overs. He's bowled 2, given away, he's got 2 for 12 in his 2. Fiery opening spell. Begins with a full toss. And Sujit Naik doing the right thing. He's the big boy with the big bat, sending Nikhil back, who's sitting just 3 short of what will be a pretty useful 50, even though in the middle he did get bogged down.
Probably the quickest bowler in the competition. It's not going to be easy to hoik him over mid-wicket or mid-on. But Sujit Naik is capable if he gets something in that slot.
Looks like a heavyweight boxer, Sujit Naik. Again, a full toss. This time he caught plenty of it. Straight into his own dugout. And Tushar Deshpande can only wave his hands in appreciation, I suppose, or despair for bowling that low full toss.
A nice juicy full toss. That big bat coming into play. Straight away finds the boundary. Oh, look at that power in Sujit's shots.
Well, that shows to me that even Deshpande is a little worried about where to bowl to Sujit.
And Charu, sorry. At this moment, Charu, when he's looking to hit the ball straight, why does he give him 1 shot? He has a good bouncer because everything that Sujit is on his front foot.
I wonder if Tushar Deshpande has heard you. And yes, it was a short ball, but even that may go for a boundary. No, Iqbal Abdullah is going to give it chase, and Naik will have enough time to complete the 2. He heard you.
Keep Naik away from the strike is what the arc should be doing. Keep him away from the strike, because if he's taking maximum balls, he's going to go for big runs.
Deshpande, 4-2. 6 runs in the 3 balls so far. And once again, he'll have to wonder where to bowl to Sujit Nayak. Maybe you've got a plan with that short ball, but there is no cover on the leg side behind square. So if he swings early, it could be 4 or 6. He swung early. Magnificent. Big 6. Middle of the bat. He was expecting it. On the back foot, waiting for that. And boy, did he take heavy toll.
This is what you expect from Sujit Nayak. Bowls short and gives him the whack, really. Look at that shot. Perfect position and goes way back into the stands. Sujit Nayak can hit the ball harder than most in Mumbai.
Like I said, he's obviously the heavyweight champion of T20 Mumbai. You said he recently got married, so maybe an extra pound or 2, which is permitted. Okay. Dot 4, 2, 6, and guess what? Sujit Nayak is still at the striking end. The birthday boy is a little rattled. Where do I bowl now? Oh yes, wide and full. Exactly the plan. We've been saying that, of course, easier said than done, but delivered that well. 3 sixes for Nayak so far. And no surprise, he swung it away to mid-wicket. That was straight behind the bowler, almost to the commentary box. And then this one. Oh boy, did he get into position quickly or what?
He picks them so well, doesn't he? The closer you bowl to him, he picks them so beautifully, especially a half volley on the offside or towards square. Great shots this boy can play.
13 runs off this over. He'd given only 12 in his first 2 and picked up 2 wickets. So things are evening out a bit now for Tushar Deshpande. And up in the air again, wide or long off. What a terrific finish. Nikhil gets his 50. Congratulations in 38 deliveries, striking at 135. And Tushar Deshpande has given 17 in the over. 2 left now, 150 for 3. Just what the Bandra Blasters needed. A partnership of 57 from only 25 deliveries. Fantastic. Nayak, 31 from 13, striking at 240. That's called an impact player. And Milind, you have been saying, why did he not come earlier? Well, I suppose bringing him at number 5 isn't so bad. He was listed at 7. And it's just that Nikhil and the batsman before him were a little stuck. Who was that then? Pawar, I think. And which is why he hasn't had enough time. But here we are. Last ball. Threw the bat at it. And it was always moving away from the man at long off.
Nikhil Patil is a very stylish young player. He scored tons of runs in Mumbai's local cricket. He's batted beautifully today. Most of his shots have been... Let's see what Sujit does now. Once again goes all the way. All the way.
Only just. The man at deep mid-wicket was waiting. But he'll have to keep waiting for Nayak to make a mistake. Again. Oh, boy! Wow! Sujit Nayak. Well, you don't want to be the captain of the winning side with a broken window, but I'm sure that's ensured. And a little more attention to our fantastic Rapid Onyx.
Full toss. Hit with all the power in the world and go straight into that. Oh. Suru Nayak, be careful, the bill is coming your way.
I'm sure Scott will be only too delighted to have that happen. So if I were running Skoda, I'd say, Sujit Nayak, we'll send your car right away. Please don't do that to us anymore. Fantastic. Of course, if you place a car on the field, it's always likely to be in the line of danger.
It's amazing, Charu, what these power hitters can do, isn't it? You bowl well for 17, 18, 16 overs, and suddenly these big boys come with huge bats and they hit all over the ground, and the entire proceedings of the bowling are ruined in the last 2 or 3 overs.
Okay, it hasn't ended yet. Ankur, nice and full on the offside, yet it might go for a boundary. No, well stopped, and Nayak wants to race away for the second. He'll make it easily. But that is a much better ball. Full and outside off. That's the 6. Off the full toss, bang, mid-wicket racing towards it, and the ball saying, all right, let me give you a message here. That glass is not bulletproof, it's not Nayak proof.
I wonder whether they'll keep the same car there tomorrow, in the same place.
Good point. Oh, well, oh, wide, perhaps just. Again, it was clever, not allowing Nayak any possibility of getting underneath it.
Do baki hai, he says, 2 sixes.
No, he said char baki as in terms of delivery. So plenty of time. Sorry, Milind. Here we go. Do ho gayi, char baki.
Where does he bowl now? Long on, long off. Deep mid-wicket.
Oh, the biggest of the night. This is huge. Deep into the second tier. Almost outside the stadium at that end. You bowl a low full toss to a man with that strength. It's going to go all the way. Huge.
I wonder whether any ground is small for Sujit Nayak. Slow, medium pace, full toss, goes deep into the crease and pummels it over mid-wicket in the Sunil Gavaskar Pavilion.
Well, there are only the railway tracks behind the stadium at that end. And I think some railway computer has just been saved. Okay, what will this conference now do to the 2 deliveries that are, well, the 3 that are left, because third was a wide.
Strike rate 281.
That's what we want. That's T20 Mumbai. The fastest 50 in the competition was off 17 deliveries. And was it him? Last year, season 1. He's got 1 delivery left, and a 6 here will make him joint fastest, unless it was him who got the fastest 50.
Doesn't Sujit Nayak know that there's a boundary also to be hit, or are you only going to hit a 6?
6 is the name of the game. And he goes again. This is going to be 4. Magnificent. Or is it? No. A nice gallant run. And he will get 48, I think it is, from 17. Or is it 47? So not the quickest 50, but very, very effective today. Brilliant, matter of fact. And he, of course, retains strike. 2 balls still to go.
Marriage has done him good, Sujit. He's pummeling the ball faster and harder. Look at that brute power that he has. It's amazing how he can hit the ball to mid-on. He reminds you so much of a Chris Gayle also, isn't it?
Again, a low full toss, unable to get underneath it, so he'll settle for a single. Spare a thought for Ankur, Milind, who's given away 18 in this over, and 41 with the ball still to go for his 3rd over. And Tushar Deshpande also taken apart at previous over. Even 20, and that'll take them handsomely into the 180s for sure. Maybe 185. 9 for 3. So Nayak 48 from 18, and Nikhil has been there for more than twice that in terms of deliveries. At 39 deliveries, he's just at 52. We say just, even though that strike rate's 133, but that's not a match-winning strike rate. What about Sujit Nayak? 267 the strike rate. Magnificent. Just what his team needed. Now, you might argue what might have happened had he come earlier, but even at number 5, a destructive contribution at this point of time.
Also, we must give credit to Nikhil Patil for a very, very well played innings. He guided the team throughout the 20 overs, 52 of 39 at a strike rate of 133. Is not too bad a strike rate, but Sujit Naik has overtaken him and really blasted the bowling.
Final over. Tushar Deshpande didn't quite go in the direction that Nikhil wanted. Squirted away to deep square. But guess what? That brings Sujit Naik on strike. He is on 48, so many things can happen here. A few sixes, and of course that would mean a very, very quick 50 for Naik.
I think this one's going to come at long off. This one's going to come at long off. Sure.
Okay, well, we'll see. We're all guessing. Doesn't matter.
Or to mid-wicket, or to square leg, or to long on.
True. Well, so what does he do now, Tushar Deshpande? Because he tried the short delivery previous over and smashed for a huge 6 over deep square. When he bowled up, sent in other directions, maybe just full and wide. That's all you can do. That's the best possible delivery. Of course, every once in a while that leads to a low full toss. Oh, well done. Full, outside off, and that's just a single. Perfect delivery.
It's really difficult to knock Tushar Deshpande off his length because he's quick in the air also. But if you pitch it up in the hitting range for Sujit Naik, he's going to get stuck into you. This is the kind of length he has to bowl. Fuller, closer to him.
Almeida, once again, happy to have a chat with Tushar Deshpande. Where next? Where now? A little change in the field. We're sending short third, Iqbal Abdullah, to the boundary and bringing in deep square inside the circle, which indicates that the ball is likely to be outside off for Nikhil. These 4 deliveries are critical. Well done. Cover sweeper will ensure only a single, but they don't quite want the second because Naik comes back on strike.
So 3 balls still to go. Naik is on 49 of 19 with a strike rate of almost 258. That's massive, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant. Thank you for being here at the Wankhede. There's no doubt that you're enjoying the proceedings. We certainly are. A brilliant display of big hitting by Sujit Naik. He's got 3 deliveries left now, and it could make the critical difference. 10, 15 runs here could take them to a position of relative safety. But if Tushar Deshpande can pull it back with the kind of delivery that he bowled 2 balls ago, full, wide. Once again, brilliant. Will they try for the double? They must. And yes, Sujit Naik wants to come back for the second. And Nikhil is safe as well. Good news for the Bandra Blasters. I'm not so sure the fielding side would have appreciated that. Well done, a good 50. Of only 20 deliveries, 51. The dugout knows the importance of that innings.
It's an absolute brilliant 50. Only which Sujit Naik is capable of. Where will this one go now? But it's a great over from Tushar Deshpande. Just 5 of that last over, which is excellent, really.
2 balls left. Can he keep it consistently at that full, wide outside off stump spot? Yes, he can, but it's a low full toss. And what a change. Naik unable to get underneath it. That's a very, very good over so far. Continues to be. Just 1 ball left now. And no question that Nikhil will have to throw everything he possibly can at this final delivery. 175. They can get past 180 with a 6 perhaps of the last ball. Psychologically, it'll do them a lot of good. But already 175 neat. A decent score, Milind.
It's a decent score, really. But 180, another 4 or 5 runs they'll be happy with. Not 5, 4 runs. Let's see what happens with this one. Oh,
Squirts
just
away.
a single. No, they will have to go for 2. No, it's just a single.
Yeah, much better finish for the bowling side, courtesy that last over bowled by the birthday boy, Tushar Deshpande. He finishes with 2 for 36. And Namo Bandra Blasters get to 176 for the loss of only 3 wickets. So you can argue that they had more wickets to spare and could have maybe accelerated a little earlier. But let's not take anything away from a fine set of 50s by these two. Nikhil striking at 131, 55 runs in 42. And of course, Sujit Naik, magnificent, 52 from only 21. Their partnership, 83 from just 38. Yet, Tushar Deshpande will feel that he's pulled it back for his team somewhat with that final over, giving only 7 away. And here's what happened. Iyer, the big star, the skipper, going early. Kerker too, getting away pretty quickly. And then Pawar, fine 47, but relatively slow. And Nikhil had the chance to accelerate a bit towards the end. Sujit Naik, magnificent.
Those are the partnerships between Pawar and Nikhil, 75 of 69. But look at the big partnership. Sujit Naik and Nikhil Patil, 83 of 38. That may be the game changer.
Without question, it could well be. At the bowlers, Deshpande, the birthday boy, 2 for 36, so he gave plenty, or 24 or so in his final 2 overs. And Vineet, very expensive. Ankur also. The spinners were very, very effective. All right. So Manish, of course, has one of the players with him. Manish, it's all yours.
5 sixes in that innings of 52 of 21. Sujit Naik, you've got to speak to the Skoda guys. You broke that glass, didn't you?
I was sitting in the changing room, and when I came to know that the Skoda is going to be awarded to the winning captain of the tournament, I spoke to a colleague of mine. I was like, today I'm going to break its glass.
And if Shreyas wins it, you'll have to replace the glass for him.
I'll happily do it if we win the tournament.
But talk about your innings, because it seemed a little difficult for the batsman that went before you. What changed when you went in?
So the wicket's keeping a little slow, and the bowlers are bowling really smart and tight lines. I just, as I always do, just kept it simple, backed my instincts, and honestly speaking, I was waiting for them to make mistakes.
Was this a message to the management saying, you know what, I've got to back much higher up the order? Everyone's saying, where is Sujit Naik, the man who scored 99 not out last time against the same team? Would you like to bat up the order?
I'm comfortable batting anywhere, to be honest. We have to stick to the team plans because it's the team sport after all. We've got some great talent in the top 4, and I'm happy to, step in whenever the time comes.
But if you had your way, where would you want to bat?
I would definitely bat at number 4 or number 5.
4-5 it is, but do you think you've got enough on this track where a lot of big totals have been chased? We saw that at the IPL as well.
I think, yes, the wicket's keeping a little slow. If we bowl smart, I think 176 is a great total to have on board.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manish. What a knock. And that too, as he said, on a slow wicket. Andheri need 177. They lost their opening match. Can they win their second? Now, it's all about the youngsters here in T20 Mumbai, and the Mumbai Cricket Association has put together a little film, should we say, on just how to inspire the younger generation. After which we'll take a break, but do watch this.
I've heard stories of legends. Legends who changed the game forever. Of gods who rained down storms from their bats. Stories etched in gold, made from sweat, blood, and tears. And the story of their home, where they took their very first steps, where they turned nights into days and scores into records. I have heard stories of sacrifices made to shape a future. I have heard stories of people inspired to follow their lead. Today, I stand where they once stood, holding the pen in my hand. There are many more stories left to be told here at the MCA. I hope you're listening.
Thanks for joining us for our coverage of T20 Mumbai at the Wankhede Stadium. We are live. Namo Bandra Blasters batting first in this second feature match or night match. Skipper Shreyas Iyer going early after showing some flashes of brilliance, and Kerkar following him pretty soon thereafter. For the bowlers, Deshpande began magnificently, worked up quite a bit of pace, 2 for 36 eventually, and Jatar none for 16. Ansari bowled pretty well, 1 for 20. But towards the end, Vineet and Ankur got taken for plenty. Well, here's a look at how it all happened. Deshpande and Iyer. It was a bit of a battle at that point of time. Iyer coming out on top. And then, well, just about got away with that. But tried to ramp it over the third man. Smart catch there. And that was the end of Iyer, one of the biggest stars here at Mumbai T20. Kerkar followed pretty soon, walked, gloved that, and then it was the Prasad Pawar and Nikhil Patil show, which began pretty well, but eventually slowed down to a point where their team was almost in a bit of danger. Nikhil finally cut loose. Some handsome shots for sure, but few and far between. In fact, there was a spell of 5 overs where there were no boundaries at all. The spinners bowled pretty effectively for Andheri, but a couple of loose balls were put away effectively. And then it was time to accelerate, but a brilliant catch by Tushar Deshpande got rid of Prasad Pawar just under his 50. And that, of course, brought in the big man Sujit Nayak, who inspired Nikhil Patil, who got to his 50. And then, of course, that was a bit of a heartbreak for Andheri. And then it was a Nayak show. Big sixes all over the field. That went over long off. Nikhil, like I said, inspired by that, also continued to score pretty quickly. It was one of the bigger sixes of the match, but there was an even bigger one later on. So the Nikhil and Sujit Nayak show produced plenty of runs quickly towards the end of the innings. All the bowlers going for plenty. A nice 50 for Nikhil. Slightly slower than he might have wanted. And then Nayak, look at this one, just carried on into the car. Ashkora damaged, but more was to follow. The biggest of the night, over mid-wicket, almost outside the stadium, till Tushar Deshpande pulled it back a bit with that final over. Fine 50 by Sujit Nayak. And all of that, of course, meant that when Andheri come back, they'll have to score pretty quickly at 8.85. 177 needed for the chase. We will be back after a break. Welcome to T20 Mumbai. It's all about inspiring the youngsters.
I've heard stories of legends. Legends who changed the game forever. Of gods who rain down storms from their backs. Stories etched in gold, made from sweat, blood, and tears. And the story of their home, where they took their very first steps, where they turned nights into days and scores into records. I have heard stories of sacrifices made to shape a future. I have heard stories of people inspired to follow their lead. Today, I stand where they once stood, holding the pen in my hand. There are many more stories left to be told here at the MCA. I hope you're listening.
And we hope you're watching. It's T20 Mumbai. Our final match, final innings on day 2. Andheri need 177. Now, considering their batting performance yesterday, it might be a pretty tall total. And this is a pretty tall bowler coming in to begin with. Date. For that size, you ought to be cranking it up. I'm Charu Sharma. I have the pleasure of the company of Milind Rege here with me, Mumbai legend. I was just talking about Andheri's performance yesterday when they didn't really show any urgency to try and get to that target. Today, of course, a lower target, and they were seeing a fair amount of action already. Sufyan Sheikh comes in, the keeper, and he's in the company of Herwadkar. Theoretically, a little easier to get to 170 and change rather than 190.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the batting depth. That's what important, because your openers are your main batsmen. Then Kevin Almeida comes in, and then Shubham Ranjane. But on the other side, if you see the Blasters, they've got a Shreyas Iyer, who's their captain, recently having led a very successful IPL team.
Nikhil Date short, swung away, and that will be a boundary. He's listed as right arm fast, and he's a big, tall boy. But if he bowls short to the lefty, who can swing pretty good, Herwadkar, and that's got boundary written all over it. There was a man there, though.
Just helped himself. There's nothing more than that. Gave it the direction, too short on the leg side. Perfect for a left-hander. In fact, this is one of their best shots, the left-handers. They love square cutting and pulling the ball. He's a tall boy, this Nikhil Date.
Yeah, he can take a breather, get his laces right, because he hopefully would have learnt from that and just pitch it a little further up. He has a slip, so he'll want to cut the ball across the left-hander. Much better. Much better.
What they should concentrate on is to allow the Herwadkar to drive the ball. He loves driving the ball outside the off stump. Oh, he's got a slip there already. He knows his teammate from the Mumbai side. He likes to drive, he likes to play on the up. He's got that extra cover also quite in the circle.
The 2 men outside the circle. Third man fairly square, 45, and so too square leg. Oh, brilliant! That's the way to do it. What a comeback by Date.
Just concentrate on that line. He'll play the shot all the time. There you go. I've seen him many a time getting to that shot in first-class cricket. Typical left-handers, isn't it? They love to play on the offside.
It was pretty sharp. Good length, good line. And after that short ball, we got punished. Been 2 wonderful deliveries. Slip certainly very interested. Oh, again outside leg, and that might go all the way. It does. 2 poor deliveries put away by Herwadkar. 2 good deliveries. He fished and missed.
Herwadkar will help himself all the time with this shot. He plays this so well, just gives a little flick, too short. helps himself on the way to a big, huge 6.
Very eventful over. 1 ball still to go. 11 of it, and yet there were a couple of chances for edges, perhaps. Nikhil Date needs to make sure he finishes this over well. The arcs are off in fine style. Again, down leg, not very clever. Could have been a run out with a direct throw. No! What he misses, had only 1 stump really from that angle. Yet a little dangerous by Sheikh. What was he doing? Herwarkar was correct in sending him back. It's 11 for no loss.
The next time, please, sir. Covering. Thank you.
Atul Singh from the pavilion end. Nice and full to begin with. Always going to be a difficult delivery, that. And first up, it's brilliant. Now, last ball, last over. What was Sufyan Sheikh thinking? He was punched away to... well, we'll have to say, maybe Herwarkar also guilty of taking 1 step too many. But that's the danger when the ball goes to either mid-wicket or the covers. Both the batsmen have perhaps a different thought in their mind, and it's an equal call. A slip also for Atul Singh, but slightly short and just past that fielder at mid-wicket. The ball will trickle onto the boundary, and they will welcome that.
This really is a good start for arcs. Both batsmen helping them to do boundaries and sixes. Short, very short for Sufyan. That would have been a good diving catch. Stretch yourself. Sufyan always a cutter and a puller, like most wicketkeepers are. This man on your screen must have learnt a lot, captaining a side from 2 great captains in the IPL, who were their mentors and coach.
It could also be a little frustrating, though, because you are playing alongside and leading the best in the world. And all of a sudden, and no disrespect, the standards do change, and you're still expecting people to perform the way they have been for the last 2 months where you've been playing, and they don't. So you also got to adjust as a skipper, saying, all right, now I need to understand the abilities of the squad that I'm playing with now.
But he's a cool character,
That he is.
He is an extremely cool character. You'd never see him getting upset or angry, at least not in the IPL. I don't know about this one. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, too soon to get upset. Except perhaps with the fact that he himself got only 10 when they were batting. That's something worth getting upset about. Atul Singh, a dot, 4 and a 1. Not perhaps as quick as Nikhil Date, but that first ball showed plenty of ability. Full, just outside off, difficult getaway, so that was a dot.
Make him drive.
Oh, wow, he picked it up so early and swung it away for another 6. Herwarkar means business.
He's a small man, Herwarkar. It's all timing. It's all time. Look at the timing on that shot. Beautifully picked up. Long on, into the boundary. Wins huge one. That's a terrific shot.
That was from well outside off stump. So he has good eyes, good hand-eye coordination as well. Was marginally short and he was into that shot very quickly. Got plenty of bat on it as well. Sometimes they can sky and become easy catches. Now Atul Singh has to do some thinking. 11 off the over already. 2 balls to go. Better.
This really is good cricket. A 6 and then tapping one for a single. They're on the way. 23 for no loss. Their run rate at the moment is 12.55 and the required run rate is now dropped to 8.48.
Yeah, it's a pretty handsome start, that's for sure. And Sufyan Sheikh has plenty of support here at the Wankhede. Good to see. We need local support, that's for sure. There we go. Sufyan Andheri, good luck to you. Lost the first match, doing well in the second. Again, the pull. There's a man there, but it falls well short. 2 very eventful overs, at the end of which it's 24 for no loss.
Arcs need 153 runs of 108 balls. It is reachable with the kind of start they've received, but they will have to keep the tempo and the momentum. Don't allow it to drop. Get runs, keep on hitting the ball in the overs that are allocated to you during this power play.
Yeah, just 2 overs and it started in fabulous fashion. So that has necessitated a bowling change because Nikhil Dati went for quite a bit. So did, of course, Atul Singh. And we very quickly, as could be expected, have spin now. Aditya Dhumal, 7 wickets last year. This is his 8th match. He's done reasonably well.
I remember on his debut in the Ranji Trophy, he got 5 wickets, Aditya Dhumal. He's a very decent all-rounder. He will bowl flat, he will not toss the ball. But he'll have to be careful while bowling to the left-hander because he's going to hoik him to mid-on or mid-wicket.
Well, exactly, took the words away from me. I don't think I'd planned to bring him on this early, but because the medium pace of the faster bowlers were carted all over the place, they have brought in Dhumal a little earlier than he might have wanted. So this could be good against the right-hander. Sheikh, who hasn't really gotten going too much. Oh yes, the third man wanted the run, sent back. Well, who's to know that there would be a little bit of misfielding. So Herwadkar doing the right thing by refusing the run. It was his call. Oh, got him! Second ball through the gate, we think. Brilliant. That's what Bandra Blasters needed, and Aditya has delivered. Second ball, well bowled.
This really is a beauty. I wonder whether it turned or went through the gate. We'll have a look at it.
Oh,
it beats
outside.
him.
Sorry, brilliant. He had to play that line. Didn't expect it to turn so early in the game with a new ball, but Sufyan Sheikh departs for only 7, and they've lost their first wicket for 21. The first breakthrough As Andheri lose Sheikh to a brilliant delivery by Dhumal. We haven't seen too many batsmen bowled in the tournament so far. Of course, it's only day 2. We'll have to say that was not saying unplayable, but just a terrific delivery. So the skipper comes in. His openers have given him a reasonable start, but who wants to lose a wicket? That just pegs you back a bit. Only 46 at a strike rate of 77, so Almeida hasn't enjoyed a good tournament last year. That's not the sign of a quality bat, but that was only last year. Maybe he's come up with new tricks this time around, and of course has the pressure of being the skipper.
I hope there are no mix-ups like last night.
Oh yes, just marginally short, if at all. Yet Almeida rocks back, and will he get a boundary? Oh, maybe just about.
That'll do a world of confidence to him. Slow delivery, way short, and makes room and goes deep inside the crease, and an excellent square drive off the back foot. Just about reaching the bowler, the batsman, hitting it not too hard, but the piercing of the fielders is more important. That shot should give Almeida a lot of confidence.
It wasn't really that short when we saw it in the replay. Yet, of course, he spotted that really well. The handsome square cut. Uses his wrist this time. Do they want the 2? Do they want the 2? Dhumal off his own bowling. Magnificent! And of course, in retrospect, they had the opportunity to take the second. Too late.
Wasn't the same pair that got in a mix-up last night? And that's why probably they are still doing a yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, well spotted. What a delivery. Brilliant.
Just that little bit of turn, beating him in the air and taking it off stump. A left-arm spinner's dream delivery, Larry.
That's the thing about this game. Every time you can clip the off bail, it's just very heartwarming. Again, steps back. Brilliantly fielded this time. Good time, enough time for a single. Is that the skipper there? Shows that he's in a different class. Iyer.
They're still wondering about the run out last night. They do not have the confidence to take singles. You can see that. Look at that. Yes, no. Not sure about it. You either say yes and go for the quick one.
Well, they're all slipping, sliding in there. I wonder if the dew's catching up. One ball to go. Wonderful over for Dhumal so far. And again, a little bit of hesitation, and I'm glad that they completed the run without any mishap. 31 for 1 after 3. Time for a bit of a chat for the 2 in the middle. How do we get our running sorted out? Can't have what happened yesterday. But altogether, they've started pretty well. 10 runs and over, that's not bad. They'd rather have that wicket back of Sufyan Sheikh. But overall, they've done reasonably well at 10.33, requiring only 8.5 now.
Charu, this is what has happened in the T20 Mumbai, because players haven't played with each other for a long time, or probably never. As a result of which, their running between the wicket, etc., is going to be a challenge. We are seeing that these 2 batsmen who are at the crease are so reluctant to take that single because of what happened last night. I only hope one of them doesn't misunderstand the whole thing and get the other out.
Well, we certainly hope there's no repeat of that. Both the lefties. Siddharth Chitnis comes in. 2 wickets last season. Playing his 6th match. Tried to break through the offside cordon, but he made plenty of room for himself. But Almeida still unable to pierce the gap.
What the skipper Iyer is trying is to get over his overs quickly. Chitnis might bowl just an over here and over there, and that's what he's trying to do. Have the slower bowlers with the ball turning a little bit.
Oh, that could be 4. Maybe will be stopped. Come on, the long looping legs of Date. He's done well. Yeah, well, that was not a very clever ball. And of course, the possibility here, Milind, is the fact that they've gotten an off spinner because of the two lefties at the crease, which is sensible thinking. He just needs to put in the right spot, though, Chitnis.
And bowl a bit slower. The ball will turn. The drive may be difficult.
Down leg, brilliantly picked up. One bounce or two and a boundary. Very well done. Almeida means business. We didn't see much of him yesterday, but obviously, despite his record last time around, he's onto a few new tricks with the bat.
Too close to the bat. Both in line and length. Not the kind of delivery one would expect. There's the right ball to sweep. The fielding right in the circle. A safe shot to play.
Well, Chitnis has to keep it on off and outside off. That's where his infield is. And that's better. Exactly what we were talking about. Oh! Don't run off the misfield. Although Herwarkar was pretty keen.
Yeah, it is turning slow. The slower you bowl, the better it could be. Don't hit the turf. Give it a bit of air. Allow the ball to spin. Lefties love to drive the ball.
The spinners have brought it back. Oh, no, just when I was saying that, that should be a huge six. Short, outside leg. And Almeida said, thank you very much, sir. I'll take it.
Waiting for it. Short. Helped himself to that six. That's poor bowling. Run rate now nice and steady at 11.22.
Well, we thought that Chitnis might be given that one over and maybe more because of the two left-handers, but on evidence, maybe that will be his last over. One ball still left, 12 off it. The medium paces didn't do much better, by the way. Yeah, better. And they still sneak a single to end that over. 13 off it. After 4, it's 44 for 1.
What will be needed is to maintain a steady partnership. Arcs need 133 runs off 96 balls. Keep wickets in hand and then attack. That's what the Nano Bandra Blasters did. The blasting that Sujit Naik gave them, along with Nikhil Patil, is something that is needed in the latter part of the innings. But they have to keep wickets in hand. That's more important.
And now suddenly, what Deshpande did with the ball in the final over might come back to haunt Bandra Blasters, because he pulled it back at least 5 or 10 runs towards the end, and that might make a critical difference in this match. For the moment, they're doing really well. Andheri chase. Saksham Jha comes in. So more off spin, and there's no doubt that Shreyas Iyer is hoping that his off spinners will continue to try and move the ball across the two left-handers. Oh, I beg your pardon, this is a medium pacer. Jha. Straight to backward point, well taken. And Almeida can only stare at what was a wonderful catch. He had to go over that fielder, and he couldn't. Big blow to the Andheri chase.
That was a super catch. Really flew off the bat of Almeida. Short delivery, square cut hard. But look at the catch. Absolutely brilliant. It looks so easy, but the speed with which it came made it look all the more brilliant.
Outstanding catch by Dhumal, who also bowled a wonderful over. Almeida, the skipper, gone for 17 from 10. And they're now 44 for 2, Andheri.
Point or covers. Single
Wicket, first ball for Saksham Jha. Can't say it was a fabulous delivery. He was there for the cut, but went straight to back foot point, and Almeida had to trudge back to his dugout, very dejected. But Ranjane comes in, big star last year, even though the Andheri team finished last, but individually he was quite brilliant. And he tucks it away pretty neatly. At first ball, he's looking for two. Take it easy. Herwadkar is in pretty good shape. 18 from 8. So Ranjane can afford to maybe give Herwadkar the lion's share of the strike at this point of time.
Shubham Ranjane, a prolific run getter in Mumbai's club cricket. 171 runs to his credit at 122.14, which is a good strike rate. The entire batting now, Charu, will have to revolve and rotate around these two batsmen, because these two are the major players. And Ranjane has done a very good job for Mumbai in the last season and in the seasons previously. Look at that catch. Rasping square cut, went straight to hand, but it has to be taken. Talking about the bowler, Jha, he comes from Shivaji Park Gymkhana, which is known to the whole world. Great players in the past, a legendary club really. Manjrekar, Wadekar, Hardikar, Diwar, Gupte, Desai, Shivalkar, name them. The greatest players that Mumbai has produced has come from that club, the Shivaji Park Gymkhana.
Well, he certainly kept their flag flying in this opening over here. Saksham Jha, a wicket off the first delivery, and just a single so far. 3 balls to go. Oh, up in the air, straight to cover. The skipper's there.
The faster bowlers will do well to mix their deliveries. As often as possible, try the leg cutter or the off cutter, because these two batsmen are capable of only driving the ball, and those who drive the ball will have to look for the slower deliveries.
Yeah, quick apology. At cover, it wasn't Mr. Iyer who's at mid-on. And he's in action now. There he is. What a brilliant over. In keeping with the club's traditions.
Talking of Shivaji Park Gymkhana, they were the best team along with Dada Union in Mumbai's cricket. And the contest between Dada Union and Shivaji Park at the Shivaji Park Gymkhana would have over 10,000 people in the scorching sun. Those days are not to be seen now, but one has played in that at that time when crowds used to come all day.
Well, I hope there are some recordings of that, or at least photographs. The end of a fantastic over. It's 46 for 2 after 5.
Right, it all rests on this man, Akhil Herwadkar, who scored 19 of 12. They were looking good together with captain Kevin Almeida. Unfortunately, Almeida being caught a little while ago. 131 needed of 90. Still within reach. Rohan Gavaskar alongside.
No, required rate under 9, and that's always possible, always gettable in T20 cricket. We spoke about Akhil Herwadkar. 19 of 12 looks to be in good touch.
Nikhil Dati, they've got to be alert on the single. Yesterday we saw how the Andheri struggled with their middle order. Ranjane failing. Pankaj Jaiswal, I thought, might get a look in ahead of Shubham Ranjane, but we all know what Ranjane managed last season. A couple of big innings of 60, 70 odd. Also won the first ever Man of the Match award in T20 Mumbai last season. A quick 550, a couple of wickets, but that's a thing of the past. It's a new game, it's a new challenge. 130 needed of 89. Can this duo take them through to their first win? They looked hapless yesterday. 47 for 2 it is. Let's go down to Karishma Kotak.
Well, thank you. I have with me Tushar Deshpande. It's your birthday, so first of all, I'm going to say happy birthday. And how does it feel to play here on the ground for T20 Mumbai on your birthday?
Actually, I dreamt about it, playing a cricket match on my birthday, because it never happened before that I'm playing a cricket match on my birthday, because it comes in the vacation times, and actually in Mumbai we don't play any cricket games in the vacation because the season gets over in Jan or Feb. So this is the first time I'm playing a cricket match on my birthday, so it's really a priceless moment for me.
Absolutely. The icing on the cake is on your birthday is that you've also been selected for India A to play against Sri Lanka. So how does that feel? Because you'll be playing in a few days.
Yes, actually it's a proud moment for me. My heart skipped a bit last night because I heard the news, because it's my first time playing for India and doing something for the country. This is the first time and it's a proud moment. I'll be making it big.
And tell me, you know, today we had Sachin Tendulkar, yesterday we had Sunil Gavaskar. How does it feel to be a part of a league where such legends are also behind it and, you know, pushing for the boys to do well?
Actually, we know from before that legends are behind Mumbai T20. So I think my motivation is do well. I don't think about who's watching me or not, but I give my 100% on the ground. If Sachin sir or Sunil Gavaskar sir is watching, that's my benefit.
And tell me about the match situation. How do you think it's going, the game's going?
Actually, we bowled really well, I think. We just leaked a few runs between 16th and 19th over. But I think it's a quite chaseable score because the wicket here gets better in the dew at the Wankhede Stadium. So if we play well or bat well now, we can easily chase it down.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the best and enjoy the rest of your birthday. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Tushar Deshpande, birthday boy, have a good one, young man. Got really good days in his life. Will soon be alongside listening to the super legend Rahul Dravid with the India A squad. Clocks 140 regularly, Tushar Deshpande. And Milind Rege has often said Mumbai needs fast bowlers. We'll see what he does against Sri Lanka.
Nicely cut in the gap. Good fielding. Definitely saved a couple. End of the sixth. 51 for 2.
.51 for 2 in the power play for the Andheri. A lot of that work done by Akhil Hirwadkar, who's on 20 of 13. Almeida did the spade work, scored 17 of 10 and got out. Tried a slashed hard, but it was in the air, couldn't control it, couldn't keep it down. Sufyan Sheikh got out to an absolute beauty, unplayable delivery from Aditya Dhumal, the left-arm spinner. It's now up to Shubham Ranjane and Hirwadkar. Dhumal's back with his second over. Left-hander on strike, 3 inside the circle on the offside. A single available at all times on the onside. Just 1 inside the circle on the onside. But he's trying to hit it hard on the offside. The sweeper cover will cut it off. He will keep the strike rotating. And that's what is important when you're chasing such a score. This is the wicket. Absolutely foxed the batsman.
And then was struck hard, but straight to the fielder. And that's how Almeida was dismissed.
Shubham Ranjane, the man on your screen, hails from a small town called Jaisinghpur near Sangli. Came to a training camp in Pune at the age of 11. Made his first-class debut for Mumbai at the age of 17 in 2011 against Orissa. And well, it didn't go too well for him, but he's been around the circuit for a long time. He's bowling a nice line, is Aditya Dhumal. Continues to ask questions, no freebies on offer. 124 of 82. The required run rate has now gone past 9 and over.
Well, I think as long as the run rate's under 10, majority of the innings, they'll feel quite comfortable chasing it if they've got wickets in hand. If you've got to go at 12 for the last 2 or last 3, you'll take that if you've got wickets in hand.
Well, Akhil Hirwadkar got a start yesterday as well, scored 26 of 23, and then that mix-up with the captain, Kevin Almeida. Today he's done all the hard work. He'll want to stay at the crease and play a long one and take his team through. 2 consecutive losses will be a bit of a hole to get out of later on. Remember, 5 games in this league stage. Nicely pushed through the offside. Will they look at the possibility of 2? Yes, they will. A slight misfield on the boundary.
Well, 5 of the overs so far. This is where you need a boundary. Take it to a 9 or 10 run over. That's why you need a boundary every over. Or 1 every 2 overs at least. Nicely played.
Just heard the wicketkeeper say normal talk, normal talk. Don't try anything funny. So good to just keep things simple. At times, simplicity the key in this format, which rewards innovation, rewards creativity. But at times, it's just perhaps wise and pragmatic to keep it simple. Whereas the Andheri will want to keep the scoreboard ticking with 1s and 2s. They're always on offer in these middle overs. Seven gone, 58 for 2. The asking run rate now up to 9.15. 13 overs left, 119 more. We saw a couple of tall skyscrapers at the start. Well, Andheri, if you look at that western suburb of Mumbai, lots of tall buildings coming up. They need a few more of those in this innings. It's a clash between 2 western suburbs, Andheri and Bandra. Bandra perhaps considered a bit, well, relatively posher. Rohan lives in an even posher area of Mumbai.
Well, I think if you've got a house in Mumbai or a house over your roof, a roof over your head, no matter where it is, that's all that matters.
So good to see different parts of Mumbai being represented. This time, the addition of 2 more teams. The Eagle Thane Strikers and the Akash Tigers coming in this season. We will see the Akash Tigers in action tomorrow as well. In their debut season, the newbies kicked off their campaign with a big win against the Triumph Knights, the defending champions. Arjun Tendulkar bowled 3 overs in the power play yesterday, looked fairly confident, running in hard, working up some pace. Got a bit of a cameo as well. 20-odd runs in his first appearance in the T20 Mumbai. A slight edge. He's cut it off, or has he? No, he hasn't. Messed it up, made an absolute mess of it there. And 4 more to the Andheri score.
Should have saved it. No doubt about that. Lax cricket there, Manish. I think he just got the timing of his dive wrong.
And look clumsy. That's going to the blooper reel for sure. Wasn't quite sure whether to lunge or to dive. Well, it's all a thing of the past now. 4 more runs added, followed by a single. Let's take a look at that boundary once again. This time from the other angle. Unable to control it. Just a bit of an outside edge. And the pace of the bowler, taking the ball through to the boundary. The third man fielder not fine enough. Had to run a lot towards his right. Unable to time that effort. Looked funny, I'm sure it didn't feel good. 63 for 2. Ranjane on strike. Grandson of a test cricketer. Vasant Ranjane played for India in the 1950s. His father played for Maharashtra and under 19 as well. Shubham Ranjane moved from Maharashtra to Mumbai to further his career. Let's see what he can do for the Andheri today. Happy to stroke it down to long on for a single.
.700 at the back of his jersey. Should find out why, because a lot of cricketers have a reason for the number they have behind the jerseys. I'm sure there's a story behind it.
Must have been some bus number or something. Funny things stand for good luck for a lot of people. But the most revered, the most loved jersey number 10. 10 for Tendulkar. Right here at the Wankhede. They're looking for a 2 here. Will get it very easily. I thought the fielder was very slow off the blocks there.
Safraz Khan is 97. And that's because it's a tribute to his father, whose name is Naushad. So he says No and Sat. So a lot of cricketers have a reason behind their jersey numbers.
And there's of course 333, Chris Gale. Bit of test cricket in that T20 element there for Chris Gale. Rather quiet over this one. Ranjane Hirwadkar was happy to tick the scoreboard, keep the singles coming. 110 more to go, a long way to go. The 73 deliveries left. You've got to look at one boundary every over, isn't it, Rohan, or is it too early to panic?
Well, you shouldn't panic, but you've still got to try and get that one boundary and over, at least one boundary every 2 overs. At the moment, as I said, if the required rate's about 9 or under 10 till you get to the 15th over, you're well in control of the game.
Walks down the track. Will get just a single. Will think about the 2. Yes, they're brave enough to go for it. And will get it easily. Good to see them being alive to the opportunity. 8 gone, 69 for 2. Steady partnership building up, 25 of 23. I'm sure they'll want to up that scoring rate. 2 boundaries for Hirwadkar, none for Ranjane. 69 for 2 it is. They need 108 of 72. Saksham Jha getting a wicket off his first ball, getting rid of the captain Kevin Almeida. And Dhumal got rid of the other guy with that absolute peach of a delivery. Slightly worried about the over rate, Rohan. They're taking their sweet time.
Very worried, not slightly worried. We've seen that in every game of the T20 Mumbai so far. And I think this is where the match referee will have to step in.
Good flourish that, but straight to the fielder at cover. Akhil Hirwadkar spotting that opportunity, was a fuller delivery in his range. Couldn't quite find that gap. Let's take a look at Sujit Naik's innings. 5 sixes, and he also destroyed, well, dented the lovely Skoda rapid car as well. Perhaps trying to send a message across to his captain Shreyas here. Even if he wins it, it will be this. 5 sixes, 1 boundary in that blitzkrieg of an innings for Sujit Nayak, son of Maharashtra Mumbai stalwart Suru Nayak. Been quite a journey for him from being 135 kgs to working on his fitness, being fit enough to play at this level.
It shows a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance, dedication.
Not sure if he went for this fancy sounding thing called keto diet, which is in vogue these days.
I think it was just good old-fashioned hard work, just hitting the gym, watching what you eat.
He's putting too much effort into it. Bent his back, Saksham Jha. It's so important to stay in the moment. Every ball in T20 cricket an event in itself. And it's these runs that you give away as there's sundries, their gifts. Take the pressure off. 106 more needed of 70. Ranjane on strike, 12 of 11, still searching for his first boundary. Huge gap between mid-wicket and long on. This time on the offside, square driven, should be 4. He'll get his first boundary. Well done, Shubham Ranjane. Timed that so beautifully, lovely to watch. He'll look even better on replay.
Quality shot. Wasn't too much width, but just the quality of that shot. Exceptional, good hands. For the required rate now, under 9, so that's good.
Yes, 102 left to win. 69 to go. The middle order today has done well. Of course, Hirwadkar opened the innings with Sufyan Sheikh, who got out to a beauty from Aditya Dhumal. This time, slightly slower, much fuller, driven down. They'll think about it too. Change their mind, and rightly so.
Good fielding, good clean pickup, early release. Shreyas Iyer leading by example.
A change of gloves for the batsman on strike. Hirwadkar, was that a message that came in from the dugout? Have they been told to get a move on now before it gets too late? Pankaj Jaiswal to come in next. Still happy with a single. Well, we've seen MS Dhoni and the likes of Virat Kohli showing us the magic of the art of chasing. It's important to know when to time that third, fourth gear, but it does change from situation to situation.
Well, it changes from batsman to batsman because as a batsman, you've got to know what you're capable of. Can you get 15 and over? Can you get 20 and over? Or are you comfortable with 12 and over? And if you're comfortable with 12 and over, that's how you try and pace your chase. Keep it at a target of going at 12 and over. If you think, listen, 50 and over for me for the last 3 might be too much, I've got to make sure I don't leave 50 and over for the last 3. End of the 9th, 78 for 2.
It's Andheri versus Bandra. It's the Bandra Blasters against the Arcs Andheri, who are chasing a biggish score, 99 more needed of 66. A decent partnership building between Akhil Hirwadkar and Shubham Ranjane. 34 of 30. Ah, there he is. M for, well, he might have done it for the Mumbai Indians, but it works fine. It works just fine. It's the T20 Mumbai. That mohawk, perhaps inspired by, who could it be? Sunil Narine? Hardik Pandya, could be anyone.
Sir, next term. Sir.
It's not just batting styles that have changed, Rohan. A lot of these peripheral activities as well that have crept into this game and how it's enjoyed and watched.
I think it's great. I think it's an expression of your personality. If you've got a colorful personality, you express it, and I think it's great. Hairstyles, dressing styles.
Hold yaar.
Let's not forget, cricket is just a part of who you are. It's not the be-all, end-all of your personality, and if you've got another facet to your personality other than your cricket skills, you've got to express that.
Nicely played, inside out, picked his spot, gets the result he desired. Shubham Ranjan has decided he's had enough. The crowd needs to do their bit as well. Wake them up, 84 for 2, 10 of the over so far.
Excellent shot. Used his feet nicely to get to the pitch of the delivery. And then just the timing. That's a high quality shot.
He's used his feet against Sagar Chabria, who plays for CCI, Brabant Stadium, not too far from here. Two beautiful stadiums within a short distance in the heart of Mumbai. A single after that six.
Easy.
Well, Mumbai, one of the few cities with 3 test venues within the span of maybe 5 kilometers at the most, maybe 7-8 kilometers.
What's your pick? The TCI with this really old world British feel, or good old Wankhede?
CCI or Wankhede, both, you know, between the two of them, both have their own charm. There's Bombay Gymkhana as well, which is a test venue. First test ever played over there.
It's pulled it away and will be cut off by that fielder there. It's been a good over so far. The partner's looking better. 42 of 34. Ranjan has come in and added some speed, some edge to this partnership. 25 of 17 for him. Hirwadkar quietly inching up to 34 of 24. A total of 6 boundaries so far. Well, that could have been number 7.
Well, at this stage, Bandra Blasters were 76 for 2. So the Arcs 10 runs to the good.
Who's going to do for Arcs Andheri what Sujit Nayak did for the Namo Bandra Blasters? It could be this guy. It could be Shubham Ranjane. Ranjane is rocking it at the Wankhede. 6 number 5 for the Arcs Andheri. End of the 10th over, 92 for 2. This match is on.
$85 of 60 is what Arcs Andheri need, and of course they need win number 1. Yesterday, day 1, they lost, trying to chase the late 180s, and they were well behind, lost by 40-odd runs, and seemed to give up on that chase. Today, they're reaching there in right earnest. This stand, 48 from 36. Not quite electrifying, but that previous shot for 6 was terrific. Okay, let's get to that last ball, last over. What a 6. Into the glass once again on the balcony of the second tier.
That's why it's needed for Ranjane to hang on. leg spinner hit it deep into the stands. That is a massive hit, almost about 90 meters. But a doable task now, where the required run rate is lower than the current run rate. The required is 8.54 and they're already at 9.15.
That time of the game where they don't need to take any unnecessary risk, and the preservation of wickets may be the key. Both these guys are going pretty well, striking at an average of 150. 35 for Herwadkar, he's been there for a very long time, and Ranjane there for less time, but also striking at 160, 32 from 20. Don't need to do anything silly. If there is a gimme ball, take it. And if not, then the singles will do just fine. The mullet bowled a wonderful first over. Straight behind him, that could be another boundary. No, he didn't quite catch that. So, oh, they sneak too. Brilliant. You had mentioned earlier that we haven't had enough twos in the tournament. Of course, it's only the second day, but well done that time.
I think he hit it inside out as a result of which, but that's a brilliant run. Take the first one fast, hard, put pressure on the fielder, and there's always the second one available to you. They're doing well, these two batsmen. 37 to Herwadkar, 32 to Ranjane, going strong. Don't do anything foolish.
Oh, may have been stopped there, but again they will go for the double and they should be able to make it pretty easily. Cover sweeper had a lot of work to do to his right. Jaha, I think.
All over the place, the fielder. There's no way he could have allowed that to go for the second one. 79 needed of 56 balls, certainly doable with 8 wickets in hand.
Yeah, I think Ranjane is suffering a bit. I mean, still pretty hot and humid, but a lot better than the first match. And maybe he's not the kind of shape that he might want to be physically. Twos can sap you in hot conditions. Finally, just a single ambled across.
Batting beautifully, Herwadkar. Playing with the correct technique. He needs to be worried, Iyer. But he's in a happy frame of mind. He's an experienced captain. The captaincy at the IPL level has matured him quite a bit. He needs a wicket, and that is what he's striving for. But where does he get it from?
Well, this might look pretty good. Thumal 1 for 21, third over. And once again, brilliantly bowled. Maybe no run there. Good finish to the over. Only 7 off it. It's 99 for 2 after 11.
Sujit. Inform to the captain. Thank you. Don't bite either. How was that?
Here are the skyscrapers. The previous over, the biggest at 14 it was. And the Andheri doing very well. Just that one over, going for 1. But the rest have all been pretty tall, those skyscrapers. And no wonder, they're well ahead in the chase. If you take a look at where they are, they're 20 runs to the good. Same number of wickets. 99 for 2, Andheri, and Bandra Blasters were at this stage 79 for 2. So to be 20 runs ahead at the halfway stage, that's well ahead. Sujit Naik, after his exploits with the bat, explosive they were. Now sees whether he can make a difference with the ball.
A good chance to sweep him. Left-handers, typical shots with the fine leg in the circle.
Very quick. Pushes that through at nearly what? Maybe 95, 100 kilometers an hour. He does have an offside-packed field as far as the infield is concerned, 3-1. And if he is maybe leg or middle, then there's plenty of runs on the leg side for the batsman.
Wide.
He's hitting the ball as if he's bowling as if he's bowling darts. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to toss it up to Hedwarkar. Once again, a square cut straight to the fielder. Nothing of the first three except a wide.
Went to the skipper. I think he might be hurting a bit. Didn't quite catch it with the hands. Luckily, he had his body behind. Yeah, favouring his ankle. Shreyas Iyer. We'll get to that later. Well bowled, well batted and well bowled, sir.
Well bowled. That's a very good over that Sujit Nayak is bowling. One or two tight overs, the ball will, the entire match will again swing towards the Blasters. Keep them tight. Keep it on the dot. That's it. One more dot ball. Creating the pressure. Is he going to go for the big one now?
And strange thing is that he's bowling to a batsman who's done very well so far. In form, got plenty of runs, striking at about 125, 130. Yet Sujit Nayak has been able to keep him quiet. Oh, well ball! Maybe he will have a wicket as well. Hedwarkar seemed to overbalance. We'll see. That will certainly go upstairs. And Nayak can do nothing wrong today.
That was a quick stumping, really. But that's fine. No problems with the left-arm spinner. Now's the time to watch. Has he lifted that left leg of his? He's in. I think he's back. That's what the mistake. That's the mistake that keepers make. They stand so much behind. He's back. I think he's safe, Charu.
Well, he's safe, that's for sure. And the Andheri team will be heaving a sigh of relief. It's all green on the screen.
Here is where you missed the great Dhoni.
You know, there are many other keepers in India who do a very good job, and let's take nothing away from Bandra Blasters keeper, but at least he was quick enough to collect. But you're right, if he was closer, so much easier to whip the bails off rather than to reach for it as he was. Let's not also lose sight of what a terrific over it's been. Just that one wide, so a run, but nothing off the bat. He's bowling to Hedwarkar, who's been in pretty good form all innings long. And he ended well, though, critical. To short third, and just the one run. Brilliant over by Sujit Nayak. After 12, it's 101 for 2. (101 for 2). 41 for Hedwarkar. Sheikh, the first to go. Almeida, well, very unfortunate. Cut it nice and sharp, but straight into backward point's hand. And Dhumal took a nice catch. Thereafter, Ranjane, the big star for this team last year, has come in with a useful 32. Pankaj Jatha Ansari to follow. But like I said, for the team, it'll be best if these two don't get out. 1 for 11 for Saksham, so he's done very well today. And Dhumal too, 1 for 21 in 3. So those two bowled very well. Nayak, terrific over the previous one. And Date hasn't done too badly, all things considered. None for 16.
At this stage, Arcs are 17 runs ahead of the Blasters. So they've got no reason to panic at this moment. So do they have a Sujit Nayak in their squad to blast the bowling?
Well, the good news for Andheri is the fact that they may not need Sujit Nayak, because these two are going along pretty well. They're, as you said, 17 runs ahead, plenty of wickets too. So, and it's only 12 overs right now, so they can afford to pick and choose. But after 16 overs, if they start falling behind, then they might need a Nayak. Right now, they've got 2 or 3 overs to play with. To not panic, that is. Very sweetly timed once again. Will they take the 2? They must. They run their 2s very well. So easy when you decide to run the two quickly. Here's the ledge himself. Always wonderful to see Mumbai players involved with the leagues, and he's looking a little worried, saying, what are you showing me for?
I wonder what he's writing with that pen, really. He's a great player. He was a great player of the past. He would have enjoyed this level of cricket. Just the ideal batsman for a T20 competition.
Yeah, you took the words away from my mouth. He would have enjoyed T20 immensely. Big hitter of the ball. Oh, well fielded.
In a time shield match, Charu, when Sandeep and I were batting for our company, we had a partnership of 100. And I scored 3 and he scored 97. Just watching from the other end.
Well, that's quite a confession. But yeah, at times you do enjoy the fact that your partner's slogging it away, and you know, he used to hit it so magnificently. May not have taken too many singles. Up, and will that go to hand? No, drops just short. Strange wristy shot that by Herwadkar. So was I correct? Not too many singles in that 97.
And I wasn't a lower order batsman. I was batting at number 5 and he was at number 4. But he just slaughtered the bowling at this very ground. In one of the time shield games, he hit 2600 sixers. And he was the only player in India who has probably played for the country on account of a time shield performance.
Up, and that should go all the way. Brilliant. Lovely extension. Ranjane gave Jha the charge, got right to the pitch of the ball. And Shreyas Iyer was waiting there, long gone, quite disappointed.
Plays rather straight, always plays straight. He has to carry on till the end, and that's only the will keep the Andheri Arcs in position to win this game. But what a beautiful shot that is. Right at the top. Left arm going up. Oh, once again, go for 2. Is there a 2 now? There's Shreyas Iyer. There's no way they can take a 2.
Exactly. Don't chance his fielding abilities nor his arm. Altogether, though, the skipper's looking a little despondent here. Knows that he needs wickets, and in the absence of wickets, it could get rough. And also, of course, a very good indication that the ball is getting wet and soapy.
Wasn't there last evening, but today it seems to be, tonight, a lot of dew on the ground.
Probably just as much as last night. Jha drops it short, and Herwadkar not afraid to pull it. But I think the two are a little tired now, taken a few doubles and just ambled across for a single, although could have pushed the fielder a bit. 13 gone. It's 112 for 2. The chase on top of the first innings is always a good sign, and that too from the middle of the innings. In fact, it has probably never dipped below the asking rate. I remember at one point the required rate was just about in the 8s. Now it's 9.29, as it has dropped now to 8.62. But that's okay, can't keep it going above 10 all the time. Now it comes back for his second over. Cut away, there is a cover sweeper. Will they take the 2 now off the throw? Yes, they want it, and they will get it. Sujit Naik not too pleased.
Nice partnership developing. There's that square cut. Run hard for the first one. And they go back for... It's always possible to get 2 when you run hard for the first one. So Ranjane seems to be a little slow.
Yeah, he looked pretty winded earlier on. Oh, the sweep and missed. But Sujit Naik has angled the ball across the lefty almost all the time, and that wasn't likely to hit.
And Herwadkar should know that he's not spinning the ball, so he's not going to be able to hit with the turn. The ball is going the other way. Could get a top edge.
Clips it away in the gap once again. Will they take the 2? No, they're too tired for that. So 48 now for Herwarkar, 2 away from what would be a sweet 50. But his strike rate is suffering a bit now. It's only 117, while Ranjane is 170. So a big difference between the two. And I don't know what Herwarkar is waiting for. But now, maybe by the next over or so, he'll have to start going hard, Milind.
Or maybe Herwarkar should rotate strike, give it more to Ranjane and take the 1s and 2s. Because Ranjane is striking the ball at 169.
Gives it air and gets his man. Sujit Naik is the magic man for Bandra Blasters. Breaks through the defenses of Ranjane. A wild heave. Missed it completely. And he will pay the penalty.
That really is a poor shot, considering that he was so set. Look, completely across the line to an arm ball. He's a happy man. He's doing everything that is right today.
Has a right to be very happy. So Naik gets hold of Ranjane, 39 from 24. A good hand, but he got out at the wrong time. It's 115 for 3. Pankaj walks on in here, the Wankhede, and asks Andheri were going along very well. I do remember mentioning that if they don't lose wickets, they will continue to be in a strong position. But a strike rate of 192, but not too many runs, so we know he can perhaps hit the ball hard when given the opportunity. So 2 lefties at the crease. Sujit Naik doing plenty of damage for the moment. 1 for 5 from nearly 2 overs. That's brilliant.
Yes, boy. Nice bowling, buddy.
He's doing the basics absolutely perfect.
Bas, Sujit.
There you see, going across the line and hitting the ball, which is not turned at all. Straight ball, terrible shot that is. After being set for such a good time, he had to carry the innings till the very end.
Well, Sujit Naik has already done it with the bat, and now if he can do it with the ball, he might be our Dream 11 game changer of the match. Fantastic over, 14 gone, 117 for 3. Pankaj has just come in, but Herwarkar, the opener, the senior partner, I think has to now step it up and do it for his team. Got 10 runs and over at this point of time. That's okay when you got 2 or 3 overs, maybe 17th or so, but with 6 overs to go, it can just induce a little bit of panic in the batting team. That's a bowling card. Who's bowled well? Dhumal. And of course, Nayak, fabulous on the day. Easily a man of the match candidate. And of course, our Dream 11 game changer of the day candidate of the match. Chitnis comes back. A loose over. It is off spinners. The first one, but he's been given another because of the lefty. Is up in the sky. Who's going to come underneath it? Nobody, we think. The bowler and long on couldn't quite get it right. Who's called? Somebody had to call. The bowler stops, but I don't think long on would have gotten to it either.
But then Chitnis should have gone for it. I think if Chitnis hadn't gone for it, the long on would have reached. There, he's not too far. Not too far at all. Whose catches it? Not mine, both of them say.
Well, it had to be long on running towards the ball. He may or may not have reached, but it was so difficult for the bowler at any rate to turn around, race around, and continue seeing the ball over his head. So lucky Pankaj. Oh, was it leg before? There's a big appeal, and then for a caught behind. Eventually, I think that's caught behind. Maybe just a glove then on the pad, and the keeper did very well to hang on to it.
Charu, that is one of the most brilliant reflex action catches that I could have ever seen. Look at the way Kerkar went for it. Let's have a closer look. Yes. Look at his reflexes. Oh, fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, it seems that he reacted late, but you can understand why. That was headed for the stumps. An inside edge onto the pad, and ricocheted. Pankaj Jaiswal gone for just 2. No contribution today. 118 for 4 now, the Ox. Well, this is suddenly not looking too good for Ox Andheri, and reminiscent of what happened yesterday, where they chased pretty effectively to begin with and then just gave up. Here too, all of a sudden, a mid-order collapse. After Ranjani went, always knew it was going to get suspect, but Jatar Ansari Abdullah can bat, or certainly Jatar Ansari. So we'll see whether they can continue chasing, but so much more work now, Milind, for Herwarkar to do.
And then Herwarkar will feel the pressure, go for the big shots. He needs to stay till the end. Partners need to give him company, talk to each other. Let's not panic. Let's wait for the last 3 or 4 overs. Runs will always come in those overs, because there's always pressure on the fielding side.
You can see now why there are smiles all around. Chitnis, big smile on his face, credited with the wicket, although we'll have to say the keeper did very well. And new man in Gaurav Jathar, a very good strike rate, that's for sure. Gave it plenty of air, Chitnis, and had a batsman been in there for a while, he might have actually gone for it, but Jathar didn't. So here's the wicket again. Pankaj, forward, then back, inside edge, pad, balloon, and look at that late but fabulous reaction by the keeper. Brilliant.
This is one of the better reflex action catches that I've seen. And Eknath Kerkar is capable of that. He is really one of those fielders who, even when playing for Mumbai and not keeping, look at that one again. Absolutely brilliant. Superb timing.
The keepers tend to be very athletic, very fit, and Kerkar showing exactly that. The athleticism was wonderful. He's a very slight young man, not much weight on him at all, and which is why he was able to put in that very athletic dive without hurting his back. So now, going round the wicket for Chitnis. The sweep could get him 4. It was very powerful. Fine leg was in. No chance for deep square. So Herwarkar gets to a very welcome 50. Teammates applaud. So do the fans here. But he'll need to do a lot more. I'm sorry, putting a lot of pressure on him, I am. But that was a wonderful shot.
But he is the senior pro, so he's got to accept that responsibility. Terrible delivery outside the leg stump. With no fielder in that area, any batsman is going to get those runs of you.
Well, Chitnis's first over also produced, 11 runs or so. And he did err in length and line. And here too, going round, but you can't then bowl down leg. Again, same shot, but this time, long leg will get to it. Just a single, and I'm sure Herwarkar will be a little disappointed. 15 gone now, just 5 left. It was 124 for 4. Plenty of work left for Ox Andheri to do.
So Ox Andheri 124 for 4, needing 53 runs of 30 balls at a run rate of 10.6. Achievable, wickets in hand, but sensible batting would be the order of the day. Akhil Herwarkar scored a very good 54 of 44 balls needs to anchor the innings as well as blast some runs out. Match very keenly poised for a good finish. The Blasters need wickets, and Sujit Nayak is bowling extremely well. Was that a drop catch? Oh, that was close. Could that be out? No, I don't think he took it cleanly. I don't think the keeper took it cleanly.
So much happened in that delivery. Fell just short of that cover fielder, slight misfield. They went for two and did not collect it cleanly. If only he did, would have been much closer. The leg umpire in perfect position there. Excellent view for the leg umpire. However, Hervarkar stands between the Namo Bandra Blasters and a victory to kickstart their T20 Mumbai campaign. It's been a rather slowish innings. A strike rate of only 124.4. He'll need to do a lot better than that. Gaurav Jata has just walked in and he's clobbered that straight into the hands of the long gone fielder. Akhil Hervarkar has to say goodbye. Is that the end of it all? It has been Sujit Nayak's day all along, with the bat, now with the ball.
Short, instead of pulling it to mid-wicket, he went straight down mid-on, and long on was quite in position to take that one. Sujit Nayak cannot do a thing wrong today. He's batted absolutely brilliantly, bowled his overs tight, and Akhil Hervarkar's gone for 56, 126 for 5 arcs.
Right, Gaurav Jata now waiting for the lower middle order to help him. Can he turn some magic on? Akhil Hervarkar sent back by Sujit Nayak, his second wicket for the day. Excellent bowling figures for Nayak. An economy of less than 4. He's in his third over. He's given away only 9 runs, 2 scalps for him. What a day, Sujit Nayak. It'll make his father proud. Suru Nayak, someone who played under your captaincy, Milind.
Yeah, Suru and I played together. In fact, he made his debut under my captaincy. Had a brilliant debut in the Ranji Trophy. Picked 9 wickets on his first outing.
He'll be pleased with what his son has done today. The Nayak legacy being taken forward by Sujit Nayak, but Jata, and now it's time for Azhar Ansari, who's just walked in. I remember watching one of his interviews online, and he said, AB de Villiers wale aade tirshe shots marna pasand hai. Let's see if he can do that. Well, he's tried to hoik that through mid-wicket, and he's got 4. Well done to Azhar Ansari. Boundary of the first ball. Is not all talk. He knows how to hit that ball. 47 needed now of 27. Can Azhar Ansari, who's playing his first game tonight, come up with a magical knock?
Great confidence booster. First ball in the middle of the bat towards deep mid-wicket for a bowler who's bowling an excellent line and length, has picked wickets. So aade tide shot marna hai, like AB de Villiers. The first one certainly was.
In the slot, happy to just drive it, stroke it through to the long off region. Will be happy with a single.
If the arcs keep their nerve, it's a doable target. 46 runs of 26 balls. Akhil Hervarkar there, pulling something far outside the off stump. Instead of going towards mid-wicket, he preferred to go straight, as a result of which there wasn't enough power in the shot and a simple catch.
It's like he tired shot that. He played 46 deliveries. And I can see a few of those flags above the pavilion fluttering. Not much of a breeze at this point, I reckon. Tough conditions to bat in. Gaurav Jata. You reckon Azhar Ansari's got to go for it now? Should he get the bulk of the strike, Milan?
Yeah, I think Gaurav Jata can hit the ball, but he must get more strike. Or even somebody like an Ansari who's batting can slog the ball, because that is what is needed of him. He cannot play defensive cricket. He's got to go for the bowling. Someone has to. I'd prefer the left-hander to do it.
Well, nice leisurely approach by players today. The over rate not being looked at at all. They're taking their own sweet time. This time another big shot. Doesn't quite connect it, but well, he's lucky enough to get 4 for it. It didn't go where he wanted it to go, in the direction that he wanted it, but well, it's crossed the boundary. Doesn't matter, 16 gone. 136 for 5, 41 more needed of 24.
.41 of 24. Those 2 boundaries can set panic amongst the fielding side. 176 for 3 blasters, and Arcs Andheri at 136 for 5. The match is on. There you see him driving, taking the edge, but finding the gap in the fielders. There's no way that boundary can be saved. Another 2 or 3 boundaries at this juncture of the game by a batsman like Ansari can set panic in the fielding side.
Now 16 overs gone. Out of those 96 deliveries, Milind, you'll be shocked to know 31 of them were dot balls. 15 dot balls against Akhil Hirwadkar's name. Now that's something they've got to worry about. That's something they've got to work at. The middle order didn't do much yesterday. They've got the runs today, but too slow. Especially when you're chasing a target like 177, you've got to keep going, keep the singles coming. On the leg side, lucky to get away with it. He won't be very pleased with it.
If that ball would have hit his pad, he would have gone in. There was no way. It was a half volley. Too close for a sweep. Ansari taking his leg guard with one hand. I have a feeling he's going to slog. Slog to mid-on or mid-wicket.
Got 2 of his brothers and 3 sisters watching back home in Malegaon. His family is in the business of power loom, but well, he'll need to show some power here, or else another loss looms large over the Arcs Andheri. Comes down the track, converted that delivery into a bit of a yorker there.
In fact, he came far too down the track. A predetermined shot. Had he stayed there, it would have been a nice, juicy half volley. But the entire mindset is such that you have to go for the big one.
You're seeing spinners bowl from both ends. Not much pace to work with for Azhar Ansari or Gaurav Jathar. 4 men on the boundary in front of square. Shot, third man and fine leg inside the circle. Both long off and long on, quite wide. Can he hit straight? That could be an option. The gap between long leg and mid wicket as well. Might be that as well across the line. Or maybe inside out, who knows?
Such a disadvantage when the dew comes down to the bowling side. Can't grip the ball, it becomes soapy, especially for the seam spinners. It also helps the batting side because the ball comes on to the bat. What will Ansari do? Go for the big one, go for the slog. You cannot afford to play a shot for single or 2. Go for the big one. Wide ball. That should be a double wide, really.
In Mumbai gully circles, I've heard people call these a spectra wide. No idea what they mean by it, but 140 for 5. 37 more to win of 22. Chitness has been expensive today. In his third over, he's given away 22 so far, an economy of 9.43. They're checking the ball, the umpires.
As the seam come out, couldn't have gone out of shape.
Well, 6 sixes have been hit today, 9 fours as well.
I think it's the seam. Must have been a very soapy ball now.
Time to get a replacement for the ball. Will that bring a bit of change in luck for the Arcs Andheri? Akhil Hirwadkar hitting a 50 today, but he won't be pleased with the fact that he has 15 dot balls against his name. 3 boundaries, 2 sixes, a lowly strike rate of 121.7. Not good enough in this format. He stayed at the crease, but the singles didn't come.
Because he kept hitting the ball hard. He didn't want to tap the balls for a single. And that's what happens when you hit the ball hard to the fielders. You don't get the time to get that single. 140 for 5. Still in the game, I would say. Very much in the game. 37 runs of 22 is certainly doable. But Jatar will have to go for the big one. And Ansari has already been trying to do that.
Will the day belong to the birthday boy Tushar Deshpande? Who knows? Iqbal Abdullah can bat a bit as well. 7 bowlers have been tried so far by the Namo Bandra Blasters. Nayak, the most impressive, the most economical as well. 2 wickets for him of his 3 overs, 9 dot balls. And that absolute peach of a delivery by Aditya Dhumal to get rid of Sufyan Sheikh, the one that pitched on middle and took the off stump off. Outside edge, will get him 4. Lucky break for Azhar Ansari.
He's already hit 3 boundaries. Our fellow commentator Rohan Gavaskar would always say, the snick is the best shot to hit because there's never a fielder to stop that run. You snick the ball and it goes for a 4. There's never a fielder who's as fine as ever, as needed.
This time a bit of flight, much straighter. Driving it down to long off. The equation's now down to 32 of 20. 9.6 per over.
So they've already scored 9 runs in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 balls. So it's a good target. It's a good achievement. They need just another run or 2 to be in line for the win.
9 runs off the over, 1 of which is a wide. 2 more deliveries to be bowled in this over. Uses his feet. For a second I thought he'll go for the big one. They're thinking about it too. They will get it, putting pressure on that mid-wicket fielder. Excellent running between the wickets. Took that first run hard. They were ready for the second.
11 already scored of 5. Look at that. The first one was taken hard, fast. The second one becomes an easy single.
Gaurav Jatar searching for that big shot. Altered his length as soon as he saw the batsman dancing down the track. End of the over. 30 needed of the last 18. Right, so 18 deliveries to go. Milind, Tate has 2 overs left, so does Ankur Singh. Dhumal has 1 over left, left-arm spinner. Might be a risk against Azhar Ansari. Who do you go with at this point? Saksham Singh has an over his left.
I would ask Dhumal to bowl because he's an experienced first-class cricketer. He's got a tight line, and it's not going to be easy for the right-hander to have a swing at him.
Right on cue, Milind, spot on.
Change in bowling, left arm round.
It is going to be Aditya Dhumal. On an absolute beauty of a delivery to get rid of Sufyan Sheikh.
Only thing is that Dhumal will have to wipe the ball, take care of the ball. Just do not go through your over quickly because that soapy ball is going to slip out of your fingers. Take your time. Take your time. Relax.
No fielder at law. He's bowled that flat and he found the gap. Azhar Ansari. No, it will be cut off. Good work in the deep there by the long on fielder. Sujit Nayak, always in the game.
Very good stop for a big, huge man. Surprising, he throws with his right arm.
These Mumbai guys, I tell you. Righty, lefty, doesn't matter. He'll do it all. One was a short, wide delivery. Sachin bats right-handed, writes left-handed, loves to eat with both hands.
I haven't attended Sachin's parties, so you should know better. But Dhumal is almost bowling at 150 kilometers per hour. Look at the pace with which he's bowling. I'm only kidding. But that's what, he's not giving any tossed up deliveries. So there's no opportunity to swing the ball to mid-wicket. Coming and pushing it hard like throwing a dart.
It would be a risk to perhaps give it a bit of air against, especially against the left-hander. This time he does. He's watching the batsman so closely. Thinking about it too, they will get it. They put pressure on that fielder in the deep. Still within touching distance, Milan. 25 needed of 15. Who's your money on?
I don't know. It's a good game, really, you know. It will be foolish to say which time will win. But they've got 5 of 3. They need another 5 of the next 3 to maintain that run rate that they need. Exactly 10.
Gaurav Jata. 28-year-old on the track. Oh, that should have been out. That should have been out. A chance missed by the wicketkeeper. Let's take a look at it once again in the replay.
Steps out, yorks himself, and the fumble. There's no way he could take it. Second time he's done it. He's missed a run out and he's missed a stumping. Must learn to relax.
Hit straight at the bowler. Half a stop. Chance for a second. They will go for it.
You can see that panic is setting in the fielding side. Anybody's game at the moment. 23 of 13. Anybody's game.
.23 needed of 13. You still haven't had a super over, Milan. You look like you're in the mood to call a super over.
You look like in the mood to sit longer in the commentary box.
High full toss that. Slight fumble, I thought. End of the over. 22 needed of the last 2. The scorer maximum 6s this season. 7 in a game for Surya Kumar Yadav in a losing cause in their opening game against the Akash Tigers, who will be in action tomorrow. Sujit Nayak hit 5 monstrous 6s today. One of those, well, dented, a beautiful Skoda car. Parag Khanapurkar, the star from yesterday's win for Sober Supersonics. Akhil Hirwadkar, 3 6s to his name, but he will be worried about those dot balls that are against his name today.
Bowling change, right arm over. Leg stick.
Now then, Atul Singh comes in. Some pace for the batsman to work with. Could this be good news, Milan, for the batsman?
Yes, it could be, but they will not be able to slog. If he bowls deliveries which are outside the off stump, they could just tap it to the boundaries. Let's see what the field placing is. According to that, Atul Singh will have to bowl his deliveries. It is a big bowl, big, strong, fast bowler, medium fast bowler.
Well, let's take a look at the field. The third man's back on the boundary. 5 legs inside, long on, mid-wicket, long leg. 2 inside the circle. Well, in fact, 3 inside the circle. Third man's walked back inside. Slight change in plan in the last minute. There's a sweeper cover as well. Right. It's got to hit straight. Improvises. Change of pace. Pulls it. Doesn't find the gap, but he will get 2 over. No, he won't.
They will have to look at that short, fine leg. I beg your pardon, the fine leg fielder inside the circle, because Atul Singh has the tendency to make the ball come in. From his action, you can make out that he hits the deck for the ball to come in, come inside the line of the ball and push it above the fielder.
And I thought that's what he was trying. He walked across to the offside, perhaps looking to hit it behind that short fine leg fielder. but the bowler altered his length, bowled a slow bouncer of sorts. 21 needed of 11. Such a mind game at this stage. Azhar Ansari on strike. 21 to get off 11. Gets an edge, will get 4. Is Lady Luck smiling once again on the arcs, Andheri? 17 needed now of 10. We're in for an absolute thriller of a chase. What a climax this is turning out to be. The more the pace, the higher the chances for the batsman. What Shreyas Iyer thinking?
So in the next 4 balls, if they can get 8 runs, they'll be closer to the target. Sometimes I wonder, why they don't have that third man deep and a fine leg deep, because if it's an edge, it's going to go for a certain boundary. Otherwise, because it's not so easy on a wicket like this to slog the ball of a medium pace bowler to mid-wicket.
And Shreyas has done exactly that. Short third man goes back. He's quite square actually. Fine leg still inside the circle. He's got to look at his line. Hoping for that to be a wide. Yes, it will be called a wide. Pressure, pressure, pressure on the bowler. An economy of 12.86. He's only in his 3rd over and he's given away 30 already. Tension writ large on the faces in the dugout for the Namo Bandra Blasters. He wouldn't want to kickstart this campaign with a loss. The Arcs Andheri lost yesterday. Will want to change that to a win today. 10 deliveries to be bowled. 16 needed. Azhar Ansari has come in with a lot of luck today. Lots of those streaky boundaries for him. 23 of 9. Converts that into a full toss. How many will he get? Just a single.
So it's 7 of 3 balls, which means they are still in the run. 10 runs needed of every over. 7 means inclusive of a wide. So only 3 legitimate balls have been bowled. 3 to go. They need 4 runs to keep themselves in the hunt. If they can get a boundary, it'll be a great bonus.
Improvises. Slowish delivery outside the off stump. They're looking for a second. Good work by the fielder. Oh, almost a direct hit. So close it was. Applause from the dugout. 2 more runs to the score. Jarter on 13 of 12. There's pressure on Shreyas Iyer. Have a look at that. Nice flat throw in. He would have gone. He would have gone. For a second, I thought the bowler was hoping for the ball to hit the bails.
Yeah, but it's a difficult half volley to take without gloves. Amazing. They've scored 9. They've got a ball to go. 2 balls to go. So they need 2 or 3 runs in this next 2 balls.
Time for a ram shot. Didn't quite connect well. Still a single. No dot balls now. The dot balls are gone. Singles are coming. Easily available. 12 needed of 7.
Ansari has been batting at a strike rate of 240. So what you said when you asked him has come true.
A lot of the shots giving him runs in that third man region, but he won't mind that. Whatever brings luck.
Certainly not A.B. de Villiers shots.
Well, in the same region, but not in the same fashion for sure. In the V, but behind the stumps, behind the keeper, but not in the same manner. Off edges and those streaky shots, that's all right. 12 needed of 7. Walks down the track, really reckless shot that. Really reckless. End of the over. 12 needed off the last 6. Tension in both camps, in the dugouts. Can't do much, can the dugout at this stage.
It's always tension for the people who are sitting inside and watching. They can't do a thing. They are helpless. They are hoping and praying that the 2 men outside would do the trick for them. Play sensibly. You can get the runs.
Hirwadkar hasn't taken his pads off. One of those things that they call lucky tushin. Pad mat nikal, run aa rahe hain. Ruk ja thodi der. One of those famous stories of how Sachin Tendulkar at this very venue did not allow Virender Sehwag to go to the players' balcony. while Gautam Gambhir was batting in that World Cup final in 2011. Atul Singh has bowled 3 overs, has given away 34, but it's now time for Date to bowl this final over. Nikhil Date.
Not experienced enough, but has the pace. Go for the Yorkers if you have them.
He's bowled just the 2 overs, an economy of 8. He will be fresh, not as tired as perhaps the other bowlers. Tall man and hit the deck hard. But what's he got up his sleeve in this pressure over with Gaurav Jathar on strike now?
It's interesting, the field placing. There's a short third man in the circle, and there is a man instead of a long leg, he's in the circle. So 2 places where runs can be scored.
He's tried to drag that onto the onside. The ball has hit the upper half of the bat. Dives for dear life and gets to does Gaurav Jathar. Applause from the dugout. 10 needed of 5 now. Anybody's game.
Gaurav Jathar will have to look at these 2 fielders. A short ball outside the off stump can be helped to the boundary at third man.
Well, Shreyas Iyer was perhaps let down a little bit by his bowlers for Delhi Capitals in that IPL playoff. He'll expect that his bowlers can finish the job here at the T20 Mumbai. Improvises, doesn't connect well enough. Will get just the single at this stage. 9 needed now of 4. They've got to come up with a big shot now. It will be too late. It's now or perhaps never.
One big boundary. Want something going through the slips. An edge. What will it be? Don't play a cross-batted shot because the ball is not coming onto your bat. He's bowling slower. Play straight off your bat. Try to hit the ball straight.
A lot of these players have watched so much of the IPL and they know what to do when the batsman's like a moving target. Keep it straight, keep it simple. A lot of the bowlers tend to follow the batsman. Is that the right thing to do, Milind? What would you do as a bowler if the batsman's moving around in the crease?
You would stick to your basics, you know, bowl straight. If the batsman is moving out of his crease or away from it, try not to allow him to reach it. The straighter you play, the better it is. The cross bat you play, you may not get a contact.
And the length?
The length will have to be much fuller, because if you bowl short with both these fielders inside the circle, then you, of course, now the third man has gone, it's gone to fine leg for the left-hander. But those are the areas where you can watch for the runs.
Azhar Ansari on strike. He's got to get a boundary on this ball. Third man inside the circle, walks down the track. Will that be called a wide? They've run for a bye. Oh, he misses the stumps. Will that be called a wide? Yes, it will. Wide +1. 2 runs, 2 very important runs for the Andheri. Oh, it gets crazier.
It does get crazy, isn't it? The last 1 or 2 overs. What is Iyer asking him? It's a wide bowled. You can see and then the keeper tries to run him out. And then the bowler tries to hit the stumps. So why would it be? What would the decision be then?
Shreyas Iyer not too happy. I just heard him say "Kyun diya wide." Here it's too late. It's been called. It's been clocked into the scorecard. 7 needed now of 4.
But they haven't connected anything. You know, the good thing for the Blasters, the saving point, is that they haven't connected a shot. They've bowled well. They haven't connected anything. But you never know. One edge could go to the boundary.
One boundary now can do the trick. He ran that by, bringing Gaurav Jathar on strike. Third man, fine leg inside the circle. Could use the bowler's pace. Slower ball into the block hole. Excellent time for a dot ball. Well done, made up. Compensated for that wide delivery. 7 needed now of 3 are the Bandra boys breathing better. Let's check the heartbeats of the Andheri dugout. Shreyas Iyer. Oh, the beauty of this format. T20 cricket. what is that famous Kishore Kumar song? आदमी ठीक से देख पाता नहीं और पर्दे पे मंजर बदल जाता है. Short ball, and it goes for 4. What a terrible time to bowl that short delivery in his range. Easy pickings. 3 needed now of 2, and it changes once again. Shreyas Iyer not pleased at all with his bowler. Bouncer kyun dala, he says. I can read his lips.
That's a terrible delivery. Not to be bowled at this stage. So short and off target. Jatar watched it till the end and gave it the works. This is inexperience of the bowler, with a fielder in the circle, to bowl a short ball at a crucial stage is absolutely blasphemy.
A whiff of fresh air for the Arcs Andheri dugout. They looked hapless and helpless yesterday. Forget about that. A win tonight will be just the kind of balm, soothing balm they needed after that loss last night. The Arcs Andheri are looking to Gaurav Jatar for a big win here. It'll do a world of good for their confidence. Yorker gets 1, thinking of 2. Will he get it? Yes, there is a chance. The scores are level now. They cannot lose this game, the Arcs Andheri. 1 needed at the last ball. Are we in for a super over, the first one of this season, the T20 Mumbai? We promised you it'll be a more exciting tournament. And what a cracker of a climax we've had. Forlorn looking faces in the Bandra Blasters dugout. They are smiling now. They believe they've got the game in the bag. Not yet, not yet. Hirwadkar still has his pads on. Maybe that's the lucky charm, Milind.
Run, just run. All the fielders are in the circle. They've got to look for that run when the ball, if he misses, goes to the keeper. Just run for life. Let's see what they do. Let's see what the bowler, inexperienced that he is, does.
Nikhil Date. Last ball, 1 needed. He connects. Gets the runs. Gets a boundary. The Arcs Andheri win this game. It was one of those cat and mouse chases. Eventually, the Arcs Andheri, the boys in blue are all smiles. Heartbreak for Nikhil Date. Under pressure, bowled that slow bouncer that went for 4, which changed the complexion of this last over completely. The Arcs Andheri win by 5 wickets. Register their first win in the T20 Mumbai. What a terrific climax we've had. Heartbreak for Shreyas Iyer and his boys. They did the job with the bat. Almost did the job with the ball. Sujit Naik's whirlwind innings of 52 in vain. His 2 wickets in vain. Well, that wry smile on his face, what could he have done? He can't go and bowl for the bowlers, can he?
It's a great win, really. A well-deserved win for the Arcs, who to me didn't look like a team who would win this match. But they have done it. They have played brilliantly, they have played sensibly. And when the end mattered, Gaurav Jatar and Ansari, they had a 54-hour partnership of 31 balls.
Right, that's how it looked like. Akhil Hirwadkar, a half century. He'll want to look at his strike rate in the next game. Sufyan Sheikh out to an absolute beauty by Dhumal. Almeida, well, looked good, but got out slashing hard outside the off stump. Ranjane looked dangerous as well, but got out to Nayak playing that crossbar at Hoik. Pankaj Jaiswal, well, an off day for him. Caught behind by Eknath Kerkar, and then Jatar and Azhar Ansari. These two came in with a lot of luck. Eventually, they did the job, finished it. 56 runs scored in the last 30 balls. That partnership of a half century, 54 of 31. Who would have thought it would be Azhar Ansari? Azhar Ansari came in to the lineup today. The only change that the Arcs Andheri made, brought him in, and Jatar did the job as well. A bit of luck as well towards the end, but this bowling card, if only it wasn't for that last over, well, they would have been smiling a little bit. Excellent game for Nayak, 3 overs 19. 2 wickets for him, the best bowler in the lineup today. Date expensive, he'll want to forget about that last over as soon as possible. Singh expensive as well, 34 of his 3. Lots and lots of dot balls, perhaps helping the Namo Bandra Blasters cause, but unfortunately in the end it went the opposition's way. This is how it ended. Yorker length delivery, he scooped it up outside, managed to send it through. But it wasn't that delivery. The result going the Arcs Andheri way, it was that slow bouncer that was hit by Gaurav Jatar over that short fine leg fielder. The captain wasn't very pleased with that shot, but that's how it looked like in the end. 176 for 3 thanks to Nayak and Nikhil's half century, both of them not out. We saw some fireworks towards the end. 5 sixes for Nayak in that innings. In reply, Hirwadkar stayed there for very, very long. 56 for him. And Ranjane scored 39, a very crucial innings for Shubham Ranjane. But in the end, it was Jathar and Ansari who did the job, winning this game for the Andheri, their first one in this tournament, by 5 wickets. Right, let's take a look at the highlights of this game. The opening pair, Hirwadkar and Sufyan Sheikh, looked very confident. They had a pretty good power play today. And then this happened. An absolute piece of a delivery by Dhumal that got rid of Sufyan Sheikh. Kevin Almeida looked a lot tighter today. They were running very well between the wickets. He hit a few lusty blows on both sides of the wicket. Did all the hard work. Looked all set for a big one today. And one big shot as well. And then this happened. A delivery outside the off stump. Lots of room for him. Just couldn't control it. Couldn't keep it down. And got out. And then it was up to Hirwadkar to keep going. To keep, steady the ship. Keep the runs coming. Lots of nice shots by Shubham Ranjane as well. He looked very, very good. He thought Pankaj Jaiswal would come into bat at 4, but it was Shubham Ranjane. An innings of 39 for him. A few lusty blows, clean hits. And then that rank bat shot to get out. Sujit Nayak getting his first wicket. And then Pankaj Jaiswal went soon thereafter. Just the 2 runs for Pankaj Jaiswal, who hit a few big shots yesterday. But the chase went on. Gaurav Jathar, Akhil Hirwadkar kept going before Hirwadkar, holed out in this fashion after scoring his half century. 56 of 46 for him. Azhar Ansari came in. He's playing his first game in this tournament. Replaced Qadir Patel in this game. And then a few lucky breaks as well. Lots of runs to third man. And then this rank bat ball in that last over completely changed the course of this game. And then that winning moment, giving Arcs Andheri their first win in this tournament. Heartbreak for the Bandra Blasters. Happy smiling faces. Let's now join Charu Sharma for the presentation in just a bit. But before that, let's take a look at the match summary. 176 for 3. Thanks to Nikhil and Nayak, 2 half centuries, and then Hirwadkar, the top scorer, followed by Ranjane and Jathar playing a very, very crucial innings. 27 not out of 19. 180 for 5 with a boundary off the last ball. A 5-wicket win for Andheri. Time now for the presentation. Let's go across to Charu Sharma.
Thanks, guys. What could have been better? A last ball finish. What a roller coaster. And a big thank you to everybody here at the Wankhede Stadium. And of course, to all of you listening on television, thank you for joining us. This is what T20 Mumbai is all about. Fantastic matches and, of course, very well-matched teams. Ready for the presentation for this final match? Would like to thank all our sponsors of Mumbai T20. We've got Dream 11, Skoda, Atul Projects, Wardwiz, Seagate and Bisleri. And now, of course, let's introduce our presentation party for this last match on day 2. First up on my left from the MCA, Dr. Professor Unmesh Khandvilkar. To his left, the team representative from Arcs Andheri, a very familiar face, Dr. P.V. Shetty. And then from Namo Bandra Blasters, Mr. Niranjan Bhutra to the far left. Let's just have a quick chat with the captain that won today. Kevin Almeida, if you'll step up, please. We'll have a quick chat. I'm sure your nerves are still jangling. Very nervy finish that.
Yeah, it got really nervy for us at the end. We were cruising along for a moment, and after a couple of good overs from a left-arm spinner, it got close, but we're happy that we got through.
You have to be happy. Last season didn't go too well. This time also a loss, and now finally a victory. Big celebration.
Yeah, it was an important win for us because we didn't win the first game, and it's a very short tournament, so you have to turn around things really quickly. So it was a good win for us. We can take momentum from this game. We can take the positives and go ahead.
What were your thoughts in the last over or two? Yes or no?
Just get those 12 runs, and that's what we needed. And the last ball, we had confidence in Gaurav Jathar because we know he finishes games for us, and he's a very good finisher. And he kept calm. Even Azhar Ansari played a very good role at the end, so we're really happy for that.
Without question. You, of course, a little disappointing. Nice shot, nice cut, but straight to a backward point.
Yeah, these things happen in T20. I just went for my shot, and unluckily I got out, but Akhil and Shubham Ranjane really had a good partnership in between. They took the momentum away from them and then went on to make a good partnership for our team, and eventually finished off by Azhar Ansari and Gaurav Jatar.
Well, the line's very far right now, but maybe a celebration tonight. Good luck.
Surely. Yeah, thank you.
Kevin Almeida, the skipper of the team that won this cliffhanger ARCS Andheri. And now, of course, our job to announce the man of the match. And for his wonderful 56 from 46, he did bail his team out, ensured that they finally won. It is Akhil Herwadkar. Congratulations to our man of the match. The trophy to be presented first by Dr. P.V. Shetty from ARCS Andheri. And then, of course, we'll have the check by Dr. Professor Umesh Khanvilkar. Akhil, walk on up. Well done. Gallant knock. Yet, perhaps you might have wanted the whole knock to be a little quicker.
Yeah, I think I should have completed the game, but I'm happy that we won the match, and I'll try and finish the game in next matches.
You know, we keep forgetting it is a team game. After all, it doesn't matter who scores or doesn't. But was it a little difficult in the middle? Because surely you would want to accelerate a little quicker.
Yeah, but me and Shubham were discussing about the situation but I couldn't finish the game. I'll try my best in the next games.
Well, your best was good enough today. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Akhil Herwadkar, our man of the match, and we have to congratulate him once again. That's it from the presentation arena. Of course, a big thank you to our presentation party, and we will wrap up day 2 up from the box.
Well, we've had absolute nail-biters today, and the action shall continue tomorrow. The Triumph Knights, led by Surya Kumar Yadav, searching for their first win. The other defending champions, they will take on Jai Bista's Sobo Supersonics, who have one win in one game so far. They'll want to keep that momentum going. That's the first game. 3:30 p.m. is the first ball. Our coverage starts at 3:15, and then the second one, Akash Tigers featuring Arjun Tendulkar will be in action in that night game against the Eagle Thane Strikers, who lost their first game earlier today. That game starts at 7:30 p.m. but our coverage on Star Sports 3 starts at 3:15 p.m. tomorrow for a terrific day of T20 cricket. Do join us then. Goodbye for now.